Welcome to Chick Hicks in the multiverse of madness. Oh my gosh, look at all the versions of him that we're going to take a look at today. This is going to be crazy. I don't know what we've gotten ourselves into. But yeah, guys, a few years ago, probably more like several to 5 to 6 years ago, I used to do variation videos where I'd show and kind of review all of the variations of one character in one video. And it got pretty fun. You know, I got to the point where I did almost every character that had like 4 or more variations. And so I thought, no better time than now to kind of return to that style of video and see how much has evolved. Hopefully we'll get to the point where a lot of those videos from like 2016 now have a counterpart from 2023, 2024, where I have like double the amount of versions of that character. Because when I did probably my original Chick Hicks video, Cars 3 hadn't even come out yet, so I didn't even have half these versions. So it's really fun, really cool. I'm very excited about this. Feel free to suggest other characters you want me to do. Of course, I'm sure Lightning Queen, Ramon will be big ones, Mater, and those, holy cow, those would be massive videos. So we're trying to keep it on like a still big scale, but also smaller than those. So Chick Hicks, I think, is like the perfect fit for that. And yeah, we're just going to dive right on in. We're not going to full on review all these guys because we don't want to be here until 2027. But that being said, we are still going to give each of them their due diligence, and I'll direct you to where I have more content of them because I've actually reviewed, you know, like this guy here, he's gotten his own review. That guy back there, he's gotten his own review. So a lot of these have popped up in other videos. So it's not like I'm just leaving them out to dry entirely. But obviously we have to start with the original version of Chick Hicks here. This is the Chinese made one, but it is quite a bit newer, as you'd see there by the date stamp. That would be the 292nd day of 2012 at the EAA factory. And yeah, he looks pretty good. Looks pretty vibrant. This is probably the best version of Chick all around. Although the Vietnam version of him is really solid, which I think I included in one of my videos in the past. But I do have the Thailand one here to compare to in a moment. But we're just going to let the China one marinate in our brains. HTB is the sponsor. Hostile Takeover Bank. And yeah, he is known for having all of the contingency sponsor stickers throughout his body. That is his deal. That is his, I guess, what's a good way? Gimmick? Yeah. Because basically they're trying to say that he is very greedy. So he's going to try and take all the sponsorship money he can and cram all of these sponsors onto his body, which kind of defeats the purpose of having any of them at all, except for HTB, because they're all so small. Unless you take a microscope to him. But he does have some sponsors that didn't end up being in Cars 1 at all, which is pretty fun to look at. Vroom was the original name for Revengo, so that one kind of is. At the bottom there, you could see Yum. That one is not. Sludgy, Bam, that one's pretty cool. One of the more popular ones that is not in Cars 3. Same thing with Texas T there. And then it looks like there's one there that's not really in it. That's a Vitaline logo up there in the white bottle, just kind of a different version of the logo. All the other ones are pretty self-explanatory. You know, you have the typical mood springs, nose stall, clutch aid, gaskets, leakless, baba baba boo. And yeah, there are a couple logos right there that you're like, I don't know exactly what that is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely a classic car that brings us lots and lots of nostalgia these days. Although they released the Cars 3 version a lot. But that's okay. They kind of mix them both up, I guess I should say. And then, yeah, here's the Thailand version of Chick Hicks that just came out a couple years ago. Not too long ago now. Because he was originally made in Thailand in 2006. But really that is... it's so weird to talk about that because the 2006 Thailand is basically China. Like, they look so much similar. Like, a 2006 Thailand Chick Hicks looks very similar to a 2007 China Chick Hicks. Like, the difference between those years is nothing. Whereas if you take like a 2017 Chinese Chick Hicks and compare it to a 2018 Thailand Chick Hicks, the differences are insane. So they completely changed how they were making things and thus resulted in all these crazy variants. You know, you could see the Thailand version has a much lighter shade of green. The eyes are a little bit smaller and less vibrant, not as dark orange or brown. And also, as we all know, the decal quality dipped tremendously. It is way blurrier, as you could tell there. Look how much clearer everything is than on the Thailand version. And we don't have to beat a dead horse. You know, we've talked about this a bazillion times here on the channel. But in an all-inclusive, thorough video like this, it's definitely worth mentioning. He's never had the decals on the spoiler there, which I believe he is supposed to have. I think he does have some on there because that's beneficial real estate. That is a lot of space that Chick needs. And then this one in particular was made the 14th week of whatever year R was. Honestly, I can't remember what year R was. I don't even know what year we're in now, which is probably not great. Actually, yes, I can check out here real quick. We're in the year S. We're in S right now. So R, oh, that was just last year then. Okay. All right. All right, we're going to try and go in chronological order here. Here is Dinoco Chick Hicks, who came out shortly thereafter, the regular version back in 2007, I believe it was. So yeah, I remember getting this guy when I was a kid. This is, I think, the, yeah, look at that. I think, yeah, this has to be the old version that came out. Yeah, I think so. The 96th day of 2007. Yeah, so this one wasn't right when he came out, but it was right around there. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. This is one of the original versions of Dinoco Chick, and he looks pretty gosh darn good, if I do say so myself. Not the best, but for, you know, being a long time ago and being very old, he looks pretty good. But yeah, of course, Dinoco logo 86 from one of the daydreams there, or nightmares, we should say, because it's McQueen's nightmare. I don't think they've done this one from Thailand yet. I don't know if they've even done it from Vietnam. It's been a while since they've done this guy, period. I know they did him in 2015, I think. So yeah, there's that. Pretty cool. There is a factory custom I wanted to show you of this. It's very similar, but the windows are just painted over in blue instead of painted gray. So I find that pretty cool. It's actually a very rare factory custom. You can't really get this one if you try. And yeah, the decals are a little wonky as well. Like everything's lower and the font's a little bit different. But overall, it's the windows that really are the main difference on this guy. That was a huge zoom out. But yeah, kind of got lucky. I got this a while ago, and then I've seen it available before. Like the picture will show this, but you'll get one that looks like this. And it's still a factory custom. It's not the original real deal or anything like that, but it is not the more desirable factory custom. I don't know if you want to call it an Air or whatever, but yeah. All right, let's bounce around here a little bit. I guess we could go to the transforming version of Chick Hicks, which is obviously a hybrid of Dinoco and regular Chick Hicks, and it's a custom by Joe Allegado. Got this a long time ago. I did do an exclusive review on it. I'll leave the link for that in the description below. If you want to check that out, it'll probably be up in the card suggestions as well if you want to tap on that. And he did use a Thailand Chick Hicks, a little older than the one I showed you guys. And then he painted the front half to be like Dinoco Chick, which is really cool. It's a car that I've wanted for a long time because it just makes sense, right? They did do Transforming McQueen. And yeah, there's a part in the movie where Transforming Chick appears as well. So it's something that I would not be surprised if Mattel did one day. But it definitely doesn't appear to be on their list of priorities at the moment. I think he used Cal Weathers tires, because those aren't painted, and I don't know, yeah, I mean, I feel like Cal Weathers is the only one who has the tires like that. So this is a pretty cool custom all around. I'm a big fan of it for sure. Very creative. I love how, you know, he literally just left the back exactly how it is. I mean, this is just like this, you know what I mean? And then he painted the front. So I think this is great. And yeah, definitely check out my video on that for more details. All right, moving along here, another factory custom and another very rare one, even rarer than the Dinoco one I showed you, is simply Chick Hicks with white white wheels, I should say. I remember, again, seeing this one on eBay. The picture shows Chick with the white wheels, and then, nope, you're going to get another one. They love to bait and switch it, and they're not really doing it intentionally. It's more like they have that picture up there and they don't really notice or care about minute differences in the wheel color or whatever it may be. And so they just leave it up there. And yeah, they have hundreds of these, right? The hundreds of these factory customs. So it's not like they are giving much scrupulous attention to each and every one that they put out. It's not like the one that you see in the picture is what you're going to ever end up with. Like almost never when you're ordering a factory custom, and a lot of things, obviously, like you go on Amazon, obviously what you see in the picture is a stock image. You're not going to receive that very same item. So just kind of the same idea of that, because they do it on such a large scale. But if, you know, GetMeCollectibles, for example, who you should definitely check out, link in the description below and all that, the pictures that he uses for the most part, you will receive exactly what he has pictured. And he'll note if you don't, like if it's just one of several, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is kind of cool. Gives you a different look. It does look a little weird to me, but it definitely fits with the color scheme still. It's nothing crazy like Paunchy Wipeout from Cars 3 with the yellow wheel. So it fits a little bit more. I like it. Very rare. And I'm fortunate to have one for Sure-ski. All right, what should we do next? I mean, going in chronological order just is thrown out the window because it's really Cars 1 and then Cars 3, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, I guess we could go on to Silver Chick Hicks. This is not a factory custom, although we have many more factory customs to go. This is simply a 2020 release in the Silver series. The last year they did series, and it is probably one of my favorite cars they've done over the last few years. I think it's super underrated. Got tossed under the rug kind of because it was released at the beginning of 2020. Then 2020 got crazy. They did Fair Game, Cupcake McQueen, and the Silvers got pooped on because the rest of them, Miguel Camino Racer, Real Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, were pretty bad. No one liked them. No one needed those because they weren't new. And so Jackson Storm and Chick Hicks, who were released in the same case, by the way, as Silvers, which is kind of strange. They should have spaced them out a little bit better, which I believe is KC or something like that. Yeah, they just kind of got forgotten. I think this Chick Hicks looks incredible. Granted, it's from Thailand, so the decals don't look amazing, but I just think he looks tremendous in silver. I love it so much. It's just so sleek. I don't really have words for it. I don't have words for it, guys. It is a nice release. And when I say like one of the best over the last few years, I mean like probably top 30, top 20, top 30 since 2020, which is pretty good, I'd say. I'd say that's pretty good because you're competing in there with like West Philanthropist. You're competing with a lot of good Cars on the Road characters. Revney Griante is definitely in there as well. There's some other ones for sure. Rowdy Revin Bush might even be in the top 30. I am not sure. So yeah, there's that. Pretty cool. And then kind of on the flip side of that, you have factory customs that took similar paths, although these actually came out before that Silver Chick Hicks. But yeah, a red metallic chick. Now the difference between these is that they didn't thread the like red in between all the decals. You can see they left like the body of the color. The Cadi, yes, that's right. That's exactly what I was looking to say. The body color green, like underneath all the decals here, you can see it's still green. It does look a little strange and everything, but I think they do a semi-decent job of blending it all so it doesn't look horrible, because they do have, like, they sprinkle some red in throughout here, the fenders and the windows. And it's funny, when I was a kid, probably like 11, 12 years old, and I've seen these before. Actually, I probably was older than that. I always thought it looked like brown. Like, I never thought of this as red metallic. And it still doesn't look super red to me, but it is. You know, for all intents and purposes, this is red metallic. And it looks pretty cool. I feel like I should like it more because red's my favorite color, but it just, I don't know. Maybe they've just become a little oversaturated. Him and his twin here, the blue one. Blue one I think looks a little bit better. Like, I just think it flows. But both are really cool. Both have black rims, which is a nice change of pace for Chick as well. Yeah, these factory customs are pretty old, and they've been made for a long time. Like, you could still get these on eBay for really good prices. There was a period where they got rare, and then they made like a whole bunch of new batches. And then it's like, oh, not rare anymore. And that's a good thing. Also, maybe a bad thing, but it's give or take, because this guy, gold Dinoco Chick Hicks, factory custom, used to be, excuse me, super easy to obtain, along with the gold, the King, the gold World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen, the gold Sally. The four of those used to be super easy to get on eBay. Like, you could just grab one for $8, call it a day, go to bed, dream about it, and it'll be there in 2 weeks. And, you know, everyone's happy. Now, they don't make these anymore. And, like, one night, they just, bam, they're gone. It literally, guys, it literally felt like it went overnight that the King, Dinoco Chick, Sally, and World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen in gold chrome FCs just disappeared, vanished off the face of the internet. Now you can only get them from people, who bought them in the past. And people who bought those in the past, one of two things. They're collectors like me who don't really plan on selling them, or they're people who didn't know the difference and were just buying an $8 cheap car for their kid, and it's now gone and broken in the dumpster in a landfill. So, yeah, pretty crazy. This one is maybe worth like $100, $150 these days. I have seen more of this than the King on eBay. And it totally makes sense, right? I mean, it's gold chrome and it's like mirror. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say face reveal in the comments, like right there. Face reveal. Jesus. It's so funny, the people who used to, before I like actually revealed my face, they'd like comment face reveal and leave the timestamp of when I showed something like just ever so slightly reflective in my video. And they caught my face in it. I always found that funny. And yet, people still do that, not knowing that I've already shown my face like a bazillion times in shorts and giga hauls and all that stuff. There are some people who still don't think I've revealed my face. Maybe they just like took a break from my videos and came back. I don't know. But yeah, my face is out there, guys. It's out there, for better or for worse. Then you have this, who's his rare distant cousin, Silver Chrome Dinoco Chick Hicks. And yeah, this one's in the Factory Custom Bible book. You guys know I've talked about that before. Basically, there's like this book of all the super uber rare factory customs that are like the founding fathers of little chumps like these. Like, these two don't make it into the book really because they are, so far past that era, and there's so many more of them. Like, all the ones in the book are limited to like less than 100 made, blah blah blah. And yeah, this is one of the ones in the book here. And unfortunately, I don't have the book because the book itself is like just as rare, if not rarer, than any of the factory customs that it writes about, which is really a topic for its own video. Like, how did people let this factory custom book become so rare? But I mean, I guess the answer is pretty simple. It just simply went out of print. And yeah, I mean, the author, the person who made it, is not print anymore. I guess, I'm sure he has his reasons for that. But yeah, then you have this guy who's really cool as well. Not in the best condition. You can see the decals torn on the front there. But I will take it without a doubt because it's, it's that or nothing, right? I either get somewhat damaged or I don't get it at all. So yeah, really cool stuff here. You kind of got the whole trio now. It's like these were the elite factory customs of the days past. And then now you're lucky if you get a factory custom with blue windows for Dinoco Chick Hicks. But yeah, he was such an iconic, popular character that factory customizers customized the crap out of him, essentially. And, we're not even done yet with factory customs. We still have I guess a couple more. But this one's pretty notable. I just did a video on it. Again, link in the description belowski. Yeah, pink Dinoco Chick Hicks. Now, this one also used to be in the book, but that one in the book refers to its original run of probably, again, less than like 50 pieces. And now they have done a new run of hundreds, probably even thousands. So not rare. You can get this on eBay for very cheap. You can get it on AliExpress for very cheap. Still awesome though, not to lie. I mean, this thing is fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite Chick Hickses in the entire collection here. I love the black windows, and just having a pink Chick Hicks period is a win. So yeah, really diving deep into the lore of all these factory customs, guys. And yeah, hopefully you're understanding all, because I know it's a big information dump. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And then you guys might be wondering, well, what about this pink Chick Hicks? What's this one all about? This one I believe is a handmade custom, kind of like a Jim Scavenger type custom, but not him. It does have a chip right there. I would be pleasantly surprised if it was a factory custom, but I don't believe it is. It's very nice though. It's just a simple pink Chick Hicks, no decals at all. And the shades of pink are slightly different. The paint quality on this is definitely better. So yeah, it almost makes me think that this is a factory custom because of how nicely done the paint is. Like, look at how precisely it's, over the gray right there. It really looks nice. Whereas here they just painted all over in black. So I don't know, maybe. It's a mystery. If it was a factory custom, it'd be a lot rarer, a lot more valuable. All right, where even are we now? Well, let's go to this guy back here. This is another factory custom, but kind of in its own strand. There's a lot of strands and facets to the factory custom realm. This is the lenticular chrome realm. Yeah, welcome to the lenticular chrome realm. There are a whole bunch of these. I've shown you guys them in the past. There's Boost, DJ, Wingo, Ferrari, Cho. I mean, there's so many of them. There's like even a dashboardman probably somewhere. And basically there's a factory and a bunch of people who just chromified a lot of lenticulars. There are some fixed eyes ones in there, like there's brand new Mater who's fixed eyes, but a lot of them, for whatever reason, just happen to be lenticular. Maybe that's just what they were working with at the time. So this is one of those, and it, again, is in just complete nice face reveal chrome right there. Yeah, it's not a horrible lenticular car for sure. I mean, the two expressions that he has are very nice, but most of the time you kind of get the alien ghost eyes like that. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's always the downside to these chromes. Like, I think they look great, and then I look at the eyes, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, guys. All right. All right. We only have a few more to go from Cars 3, but I do want to show you this prototype here. This is the rarest Chick Hicks that one could ever come into contact with. It is a resin prototype from 2006 that you see on the back of the Desert card backs. That's right, it was a stock image. Like, this is one of the ones that they would have used to photograph the stock images, and you could see like on the back of the Desert cards how wonky everyone looks. Like, you look at them and they're like, holy cow, what the hell is that? Like, that chick doesn't look anything like the one that they ended up making. That DJ or that McQueen, they look so weird. What's going on with their eyes, right? And yeah, that's just because they were the very preliminary samples of these cars that they all photographed. And they changed up. They updated all these pictures eventually. Some of them kind of stuck around for a while. Some of them didn't look half bad. But this is one of the ones that they changed pretty quickly because it just looks so different. And yeah, it's resin, so it's put together with screws. And yeah, talk about tile and blurry decals right here, right? But yeah, it was all just to show you what it could be and not meant to really emulate the real deal. Just kind of getting a point across. And yeah, it's super light, very cool. Expression is scary though, it'll give you nightmares. I do have two of these original 2006 prototypes, the other one being Boost. And I know I've showed you them before. Boost is like gray, not purple or pink at all. I mean, he's not really pink, but more like the metallic purple. And yeah, this one's smaller even than like a regular Chick Hicks as well. You can see here. Zoom out here a little bit, yeah. A little bit smaller. They beefed him up a little bit. So that, I believe, is all for Cars 1. Now let's move on to Cars 3. So here we have the rubber tire version of Chick Hicks from Cars 3. Now, this is how he always looks in the film. I don't believe he ever wears the headset, right? I believe that was a thing. Even though the one with the headset's the one they release all the time. Yeah, I don't think he ever appeared with that. I'm kind of racking my brain right now. Either way, though, guys, this is from the Scavenger Hunt series of 2018. It came with this nice little Piston Cup champion pedestal here. The one Piston Cup that he won in the first Cars movie. It's actually a nice little accessory. Would have been kind of cool if they made the Piston Cup detachable, but I really do like that they included this as it is. I mean, because this was just a regular old car, not any more expensive than any other car. And it's got treaded rubber tires, which is a win. Nice decals, nice expression. Forever, former and forever Piston Cup champion was the slogan that he put on himself. He has the Thunder decals there. On either side, he's got the new Chick Hicks logos instead of Hostile Takeover Bank. And then, of course, he works for RSN now, Racing Sports Center, so he's got that decal back there as well. And on there. Everything else is pretty much the same, though. People are probably wondering, like, why didn't he get rid of all his contingency sponsors? Because certainly they, aren't upholding those contracts still. Certainly they don't care if he wears them or not. I think it just got to the point where he, that's just his persona. That's just kind of how he looks. That's his gimmick, like I said. So if he were to get rid of it, he'd kind of lose that recognizability. So I think that was the idea behind that. There is a plastic version of this from a playset. That's actually kind of cool. it has a different expression. If you guys recognize it, it's because it's the same expression as the one with the headset here. And I actually got this kind of recently from China. It's got stickers and all that, but overall it's actually pretty good quality for a plastic car. Definitely scratches the itch, like if they never released this guy would certainly do. And that was probably a good time to tell you guys, this isn't meant to be an all-inclusive video of every single Chick Hicks version in the entire world. Like obviously I'm missing the color changers, I'm missing a bunch of other like weird lenticular variations, but this is more so my variations, like all of my variations of this character, which just very well happens to be like 95% of them. So there's that. I do want to put that out there. I'm sure people will be commenting like, you forgot this version, you forgot this version. You know what? I didn't. I just don't have it. Or I have it in the package and it's packed in the storage and I don't want to bring it out. So, and then yeah, here's the one with the headset. Came out bright and early upon Cars 3's Wake Up. It's kind of a weird way of saying it came out with the debut of all the Cars 3 merchandise and a 2-pack with Natalie Certain. And then in the next case of singles, the case after the first one, case B, he did get a single release. So yeah, pretty cool. But again, I don't believe he even appeared with the headset. It's been so long now, but I remember that being a huge like debate because it also kind of goes hand in hand with Brent Mustangburger not appearing in Cars 3 despite, you know, there being like a canceled diecast of him and the diecast has the exact same headset. Here's the Cars 3 mini of Chick Hicks, which is the Cars 3 version of him. They've never done the Cars 1 version of Chick Hicks. And again, yes, there are more minis of Chick. There's a gold one, a silver one, a metallic Dinoco one, and all that stuff. But I'll just show you guys this one. What else do we have here? We have the Giga Chick. This will get a rise out of a lot of people. This is Tell All I'm Can. Ty for short. You guys are probably bamboozled beyond belief right now. And honestly, I'm right there with you. This is some sort of factory custom counterfeit. I got it from China off eBay. I think there were only 2 that were even for sale. I got them both. And it is just a larger pullback version of Chick Hicks with really weird decals. And yeah, you can see it is a pullback. I don't know where they pulled these decals out of because they aren't even close. Tell All I'm Can, like where does that come from? Is that like some loosely translated version of Hostile Takeover Bank, like lost in translation? I mean, I don't know. It's almost like an alternate reality version of Chick Hicks. Like these tires are almost rubbery. Interesting wheels there. They do get some of the contingency sponsors right here, even though again they're all in like very altered states. Like look at that little torquey pistons right there, which they call Jachua. Then you have Leoless, Hyuglo, Clutch Rio, APM, Clutch Aglios. You got No Stall, that's cool. Mood something. Piston Cup, correct. Dick to be gain. Revolting, Nightshade. Shibby Memory. Chick Hickey. I mean, the stuff on here, Shiny Wah. That might be my favorite right there, Shiny Wah. I mean, this is just such a comedic journey. Easy, 10 late, HTBA. Finner Funnel. Tank Coat, good job. Reed Doge. That's supposed to be N2 Okola. Veroom. Petro. Veroom again. Tell All I'm Can. Risby O. Oh, Shifty. Tank Coat. Some of these look okay. RPM. Octane Gain. Sane. 6 Ain. Ease. LOL. Oh my god. Such a trip. Leah. There's Leah list again. Oh, is that Bumper Save up there? Bumpy Poor Civ. Verone. Yeah. Ch. Retread. Good. Stop. This is just hilarious. You guys are probably like, what on earth is this? We have Tunk Trash. Tunk Trash, maybe? Clutch Rio again. I mean, this is just crazy, guys. What is that one? Uib? I love how the piston in Little Turkey Piston just looks stoned out of his mind. Craziness. I think, again, Shiny Wa is my favorite over here. That's just awesome. I mean, yeah, this is just such a weird product, such a weird item in general that just kind of defies all the laws of Earth. But yeah, guys, that's all for the Chick Hicks versions. A nice half an hour straight of Chick Hickses. Might be a lot. I'm not sure if I could even handle that much. I might have some sort of side effects after all that, because that was a lot. I do have a little bit of a headache right now. It's probably because I said factory customs 14 billion times. But yeah, I'm just making sure I included everyone. I think I did. I'm sure I probably forgot something that you guys will chastise me about in the comments, but that's okay. I welcome it. And thanks again. Let me know in the comment section below which Chick Hicks is your favorite. It's going to be tough for me to decide, but I love the transforming one. I love the pink Dinoco one. I love the silver and gold chrome ones. And of course, my favorite has to be Tell All I'm Can, because he's just a laughing comedian right there. I mean, he is literally a walking just book of jokes. I mean, you go up to any Cars fan and you're like, Shiny Wa. It's going to be an automatic win. All right, guys, thanks as always. Hopefully we can get some more of these variation videos done soon. Bye now.